Call to order the Public Improvement Commission, Thursday, December 17th, 2015. Public hearing item number 1 on a joint petition by Copley Place Associates, LLC, the Massachusetts Department of Transportation, Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, and the Boston Redevelopment Authority for the vertical discontinuance of portions of the following public ways in Boston proper, vertically above and below the grade of the roadways. New business, November 19th, 2015. Dartmouth Street, on its southwesterly side, generally between Stewart Street and a point approximately 250 feet southeasterly. Stewart Street, on its southeasterly side, generally between Dartmouth Street and a point approximately 300 feet southwesterly, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Vertical Discontinuance, Dartmouth Street / Stewart Street, Boston proper, 13 sheets dated September 15th, 2014. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Marilyn Stickler from the law firm of Goulston and Storrs. I'm here in connection with this petition and 3 related petitions, which I know we will announce separately, on behalf of Copley Place LLC. With me is Stephen Bozak of Copley Place LLC. These are co-petitions of MassDOT and the MBTA and the BRA, and also in attendance is Mr. William Tuttle on behalf of MassDOT and the MBTA, and Janet Carlson on behalf of the BRA. The Copley Place project, as we explained in new business, was approved in amended and restated PDA and plans were approved in 2011. They were amended in 2013 and most recently in 2015. The project itself is a air rights lease from MassDOT to Copley Place LLC. As part of the final redesign, there were a number of what we'd call sliver parcels which required discontinuance, and those are the parcels which are the subject of this petition for vertical discontinuance. They are included in the MassDOT air rights lease to Copley Place LLC. One 10-square-foot area needed to be taken by the BRA and conveyed to MassDOT. An order of taking was approved on December 10th, and the taking, in fact, was recorded yesterday on December 16th. Since the new business that we were before you, there have been a few clarifications of the location of some of the air rights parcels 2, 5, 7, 8, and 9. So we have filed replacement or updated plans with Todd and Amy. And we're prepared, Paul Foley is here on behalf of the surveyor and is prepared to explain the differences. In addition, one question was raised last time regarding the swing door, whether there was a swing door that required additional discontinuance. We've clarified that the swing is entirely on the parcel that is owned by MassDOT and not subject to any public rights, so we don't need any further discontinuance for the swing door. And the last point is that there was a question about showing the marquees, that the marquees are internally drained, and that has been added to the plans. You may notice that a few of the plans have not yet been stamped and signed. We will have final Mylars stamped and signed and delivered probably later today.
Yeah, as long as it's not over the public way, then the swing should be fine. All right, if it was over the public way, then it would have to be internal, or it would have to be included in the discontinuance. So that's fine. Good. The discontinuances now, someone should just tell us, are they all for overhangs and, or are they?
They're for various points. I think Rob could walk us through what the difference, Rob or Paul could walk us through the various ones and what they're for.
Sure.
Paul?
Is this monkey? Good morning, everybody. So the various discontinuances are, there are several for building marquees. That was what would appear to be a building overhang, attachment to the face of the building. Structural facade, that comes down to grade. Line of the building above, that also meets the marquees below. There are several discontinuances that are below grade for structural purposes. all of the proposed encumbrances are included within the discontinuances that we've developed.
So the primary marquee elements are at the entry, where we have a marquee overhanging the entry volume. At the residential entry, there's a frame element that is overhanging, and then along the Dartmouth Street corner, there's a small architectural feature element that is slightly overhanging. Along Stewart Street, there's an area below grade where we have a utility duct corridor, and then at the front of the building, we have a water retention system. That's the primary elements that comprise all of the facilities.
It seems like, I just want to make sure we're voting on the right thing. It seems like there's only described 2 vertical discontinuances, but there's actually 7. Are they all included within
Yes.
one major discontinuance that covers them all? Is that how
Yeah,
this
so
is working?
it's just broken down by street first, and then within those streets, there's all of these little vertical discontinuances at various.
So the vote will cover all of these architectural
Yeah,
elements?
and they will all be described individually in the order.
Thank you.
The petition describes them separately.
Okay.
Amy, the reason MBTA is a co-petitioner, I can understand Bill Tuttle representing DOT. MBTA's role is,
This is all mixed. I mean, everybody owns a little piece of right here. So we
is
just-
Transit Realty going to be in, is Transit Realty the MBTA's arm of managing elements of this nature? Bill, are they going to be engaged?
I'm sorry.
Is Transit Realty the MBTA's arm of real estate management? Are they going to be involved with this?
The piece that, there's a very small piece that is currently owned in fee by the MBTA, and that is going to be either transferred to MassDOT and included in the ground lease, or the MBTA is going to give an easement to MassDOT for inclusion of the ground lease. So it is just a small piece that is not operated as part of the MBTA station, but that title is in the MBTA. It's going to be combined with the entire MassDOT parcel.
It's all happening between the MBTA and MassDOT will be the agency.
Agency that
Right.
sub-
There's Bill Tuttle, Mass DOT Real Estate. There's a single ground lease, air rights lease to Copley from Mass DOT, and we're collecting the rights necessary from the MBTA and a small piece from the city to put into a single one so that they can have a single form of tenure for the whole.
Thank you, Bill.
They just happen to be the owner of record right now.
Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the joint petition by Copley Place Associates LLC, Mass Department of Transportation, and the MBTA and BRA for vertical discontinuances, portions of Dartmouth Street and Stewart Street, as described and read into the record by the chair, shown in the set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, vertical discontinuances on Dartmouth Street and Stewart Street with 13 sheets dated September 15th, 2014.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 2, on a joint petition by Copley Place Associates LLC and the Massachusetts Department of Transportation for the acceptance of easements for pedestrian and vehicular access adjacent to the following public ways in Boston proper. New business, November 19, 2015, Dartmouth Street, on its southwesterly side, generally between Stewart Street and a point approximately 250 feet southeasterly. Stewart Street, on its southeasterly side, generally between Dartmouth Street and a point approximately 300 feet southwesterly, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian/Vehicular Easement Plan, Dartmouth Street, Stewart Street, Boston proper, 2 sheets dated September 15, 2014.
Good morning
Morning
again.
again.
My name is Marilyn Stickler of the law firm of Goulston and Storrs on behalf of Copley Place LLC. With me is Stephen Bozak on behalf of Copley Place LLC, and also in attendance is Bill Tuttle on behalf of MassDOT, who's a co-petitioner. You have just voted approval of a discontinuance. In between the period of time when the discontinuance will take effect and construction will begin, there are certain areas that the city has asked continue to be available for pedestrian and vehicular easements, for pedestrian and vehicular travel. So this is a petition for acceptance of those pedestrian and vehicular easements. They are self-extinguishing, which means that, and we have added a note to the plan to that effect, and the grant of easements states that, which means that once construction starts on those areas, the easements and a construction management plan will have been approved by BTD, indicating alternative routes of pedestrian and vehicular access. The easements will no longer be in effect. But until those easements go in effect, until the construction begins, those easements will allow continued pedestrian and vehicular travel. Since new business, we have added one area of a pedestrian easement. When the discontinuance elevations were corrected, it was noted that there'd be an area where there was one additional area where we needed a pedestrian easement. So that has been added as pedestrian easement 2 to the plans that were shown as new business.
For liability purposes and record-keeping purposes, what action on your part triggers the transfer of the easements when you signed your construction contract or when the city issues? Can you define exactly what triggers?
I believe the grant of easement says that when, I'll have to clarify that. I believe that the grant of easement says that when construction actually commences.
It's going to be consumed into a construction site, and then it's going to be occupied by a building or something else, so.
Sometimes we have little challenges trying to figure out who had ownership of that area.
Yeah.
So, Amy, if you can structure it so that they correspond, please write to us.
We will confirm in writing when construction commences.
So that will be the trigger from
Yes.
our
When
sides.
we issue the permit, we should be resolving this.
And the construction management plan has been dropped off. It's currently under review. Steve Stevens' team, Howard Son Hudson, and my team has have several conversations relative to that, and it's making good progress. So we're happy with the way it's going right now.
We just walked through that easement that we didn't see at new business? Did I hear that correctly? That there was one that wasn't
There is
presented
one
at
that
new
was
business?
not. Would you like to see the
Yeah,
location of it,
yeah.
Paul?
Please.
The element that's contained within this portion is a structural column, facade, and as it should kind of right there, it's contained within pedestrian easement area 2, and it is at grade. That's why we've included, we've actually included half foot from one grade, up over 40 feet across. Just to bring the design up to the most current, we had a discontinuance here previously. As we went at it now, it will be dropped below the grade. So these two buildings in these areas.
So within this whole package, you will
Yes.
provide to us the stand drawings.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I didn't, are these going to be temporary?
They're a pet easement because we're gonna vote on this right now, but before construction begins, it's still a city sidewalk, so people would be walking on private property from now until the beginning of their construction. So this is to cover us from the time where we've discontinued it, moved it to their property, they've given us an easement back because we're still using it as city sidewalk. When they start construction, a building will appear there and a sidewalk will appear outboard of that so pedestrians can move from where they're walking today to where they're walking in the future. It's just to get us over this interim period where they're still walking where they are today, but they need to acquire the land before moving into construction.
So when the building's built, then it's their property.
It's there, well, yes, and there will be a building there, and the sidewalk will be outboard of there.
The sidewalk will have moved, but it has not been moved until construction commences.
Okay, are there any members of the audience that have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the joint petition by Copley Place Associates LLC and the Massachusetts Department of Transportation for the acceptance of easements for pedestrian vehicular access adjacent to the following public way. All is read into the record by the chair and as shown on the set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Vehicular Easement Plan, Dartmouth Street, Stewart Street, Boston proper, 2 sheets dated September 15th, 2014.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 3, on a joint petition by Copley Place Associates LLC, Massachusetts Department of Transportation, and the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority for the making of specific repairs within the following public ways in Boston proper, consisting of curb realignment, roadway, sidewalk, wall, and expansion joint reconstruction, as well as new and relocated pedestrian ramps, specialty pavement, streetlights, street trees, street furniture, hydrants, landscaping, and stormwater infrastructure. New business, November 19, 2015, Huntington Avenue, between Stewart Street and Harcourt Street / Ring Road. Dartmouth Street, between Stewart Street and a point approximately 450 feet southeasterly. Stewart Street, between Huntington Avenue and Dartmouth Street. Harcourt Street, at its terminus, generally southeast of St. Botolph Street, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repair, Copley Place Expansion, Boston proper, 18 sheets, dated December 17th, 2015. Morning again, Mary Ellen.
Good morning. My name is Marilyn Stickler, law firm of Goulston and Storrs, on behalf of Copley Place Associates LLC. With me is Stephen Bozak of Copley Place Associates LLC, and Bill Tuttle for MassDOT and MBTA co-petitioners also in attendance. The specific repair plans were reviewed at new business. We have a few updates since new business. We mentioned that some of the trees shown on the specific repair plan had to be approved by the tree warden. There was a shade tree removal hearing held, and that approval has been issued. Secondly, we mentioned that some of the work required in terms of the slopes required variances from the Massachusetts Architectural Access Board. There was a presentation by the Massachusetts Architectural Access Board on November 30th, and a decision dated December 3 has issued approving the work as requested in the variance. And the third change is that there has been a meeting with the Public Works Street Lighting Division since new business, and they requested some changes to the street lighting, so we have filed a revised plan which shows the street lighting as, which met the request of the Street Lighting Division, and we're prepared to show you the changes or answer any other questions.
Probably just a quick overview of what Mr. Cooper's group is looking for with the street lighting changes.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
The street lighting changes that have
Street lighting changes.
proposal since new business.
The street lighting change, we went to, we're losing the area street light. We went through, that was, street lighting, alternative to the pending Midcon lights. And we reduce the area of street lights. And these are going to be used on the site side of the project, which are represented on sheets 4 and 5. So on sheet 4, if you walk around the site, we have a series of streetlights that are going to be come together. And on sheet 5, as we go down Dartmouth Street, we have a series of streetlights as well, that have all been modified to reflect the area and type of light. In addition, on these plans, we went through the streetlight calculations, or lighting calculations, and we added 4 additional lights. And those, there's 2 represented on, that represent the Dartmouth and Stewart. And they know side by one of each other. And then there are 2 lights on sheets 1 and 2 that were added on Huntington Avenue. One on the project side, which is the eastbound side of the street, that's a power line. And one across the road, opposite. So those were the changes we had made to the street lights this last week.
Thank you.
Is the maintenance agreement executed?
We've delivered signed copies to Chung. We have not yet touched base with him about the text of it, although we provided them to him a while ago. And we will
I
follow
believe
up.
it stands with our law department for
Yes.
review.
So we will do our best to execute it as soon as possible, but do you have any concerns about holding off on recording this vote until the maintenance agreement is executed? Do you
No,
have
we understand that they will, and we will try to work with the law department as soon as possible to have
So hold
them
off.
finalized.
Yep,
recording
we'll record them
until
all
it
together.
gets?
Yep.
And that maintenance agreement includes the expansion joints and all specialties?
It provides, I think, as Amy suggested last time, that the expansion joints would not be maintained by Copley Place.
Right, that they'd be maintained by MassDOT as their.
right, okay.
Right.
That's on that side, okay.
And the LMIA is just being signed by Copley Place. It relates to everything shown on the specific repair plan other than the expansion joints.
Yeah, I don't think they want to privatize their expansion.
So
joint.
is the state aware of it, obviously, hopefully is aware of it, that they're responsible for the expansion joints? Yes. Yeah, okay.
Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the joint petition of Copley Place Associates LLC, Mass Department of Transportation, Mass Bay Transportation Authority for the making of specific repairs within Boston proper on Huntington Ave, Dartmouth Street, Stewart Street, Harcourt Street. All is read into the record by the chair and as shown on plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division. Specific repair, Copley Place expansion, Boston proper, 18 sheets dated December 17, 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 4, on a joint petition by Copley Place Associates LLC and the Massachusetts Department of Transportation for the granting of an earth retention license for the installation of a temporary earth support system within Stewart Street, Boston proper, located on its southeasterly side, generally southwest of Dartmouth Street. New business, November 19, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention Plan, Copley Place Retail Expansion and Residential Addition, one sheet dated October 26, 2015.
Good morning. My name is Marilyn Stickler, law firm of Goulston Storrs. With me is Stephen Bozak of Copley Place Associates LLC, and also in attendance is Bill Tuttle on behalf of MassDOT and the MBTA co-petitioners. This earth retention plan was presented in new business. There have been no changes. Mike Atwood of Haley and Aldrich, however, is in attendance to answer any questions you may have.
Since this is a public hearing, though presented at the new business, if you could have your representative give a very quick overview so that it is on record.
Yes, please.
Good morning. So there's one drawing, one earth retention drawing. And for this project, there is no below-grade space, but there are deep foundation elements that require some pre-excavation to remove obstructions. So the request for the earth retention is on the outer limits of the proposed foundation elements, for which we spoke to Mr. Shea and Mr. Mosher about these earth retention systems. The intention is to drive steel sheeting around the perimeter of the new foundations. The sheeting will be located or predetermined locations for the sheeting will be based on test bits that identify some below-grade utilities that exist. The sheeting will be installed. There'll be some excavation to remove the obstructions, and then following the completion of the project in accordance with the requirements for the removal of the earth retention system, there'll basically be certain elevations for which that sheet piling system will be cut below the finished grades.
I'm sorry, at what height will you cut it below?
For the sections of the sheeting that'll be beneath sidewalks, we've agreed to about 6 feet below that finished grade. Anything out extending into the current street limits would be 10 feet below grade.
Yeah, this was reviewed and vetted out prior to PIC, but the one difference that we don't usually see is that part of this is going to be in the street. Not only we try and keep it into the sidewalk, but we do have one element that's in the street. We discussed it and wanted to sort of improve the cutoffs. So we're all set.
And to that effect, we've been reviewing the construction management plan based on the earth retention system, and I think we're moving in the right direction right now as far as that's kind of a workaround because of the invasiveness of the earth retention system. But it is very similar to the Castlegar BC model, so we're happy with that.
Very good. Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the joint petition by Copley Place Associates LLC and the Massachusetts Department of Transportation granting of an earth retention license in Stewart Street, Boston proper, as described and read into the record by the chair, and shown in the plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention Plan for Copley Place Retail Expansion and Residential Addition. The plan is dated October 26, 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Go Kings.
Are you a Bruins fan or a Kings fan? I don't know.
Gotta be a Bruins fan right now.
That's
Very
right.
good.
You don't
Correct-
live in this
correct
town and
answer.
not be a
Thank you. Public hearing item number 5 on a petition by Parcel 24 South LLC for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Hudson Street, Boston proper, located on its easterly side, generally between Tai Tung Street and Harvard Street. New business, December 3rd, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Easement Plan, number 88 Hudson Street, Boston proper, one sheet dated October 27, 2015. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, members of the commission. My name is Rebecca Lee. I'm an attorney with Lock Lord. We represent Parcel 24 South LLC, which is the proponent of this project, which is Phase 2 of the Parcel 24 project, Phase 1 of which was the One Greenway apartment building at One Greenway on the corner of Albany and Hudson Streets. That building is completed, and next to it is an approximately 13,000 square foot open space area, all of which is part of that Phase 1. This project was originally permitted a number of years ago, and we're here today simply for this Phase 2, which is an approximately 57,800 square foot, 6-story building to comprise 51 affordable condominiums. No parking is being provided at this location. Folks who want to park and have parking rights will have access to the underground parking garage that's already been constructed next door at Parcel 24 North. To my left is Eric Boatwright, who is the architect at UTIL for the project, and behind me is David Tregorth of the Tregorth Company, is the project manager, and Alicia Zukowski from Semiotis Engineering, the engineering consultants for the project. We have before you a petition for pedestrian easement to be granted along a strip of Hudson Street in order to provide an appropriately sized sidewalk to continue that area so that you can actually walk down Hudson Street, which you can't really do now, and then you'll be able to cross over to the other side of the street to access other parts of Hudson Street. Eric can show you the area of the easement area, which is really quite small, but allows for an ADA compliant sidewalk and appropriate street lights. As we discussed at New Business, we had originally proposed to have street trees, but later discovered that a major underground electric line prevented the installation of those trees. They would not be able to be sustained. So this, unfortunately, is a plan that shows a sidewalk treatment that is consistent with a design aesthetic established in Phase 1, but does not include street trees. So the easement area is the strip that runs alongside the project site and along Hudson Street.
Amy, our street lighting folks, I would assume, have checked off on the lighting design, so when we do accept this easement, there's still enough room from an ADA perspective because the sidewalk is only about 5.5 feet.
Yes. So they've already been through street lighting. We only ask that they follow our street lighting's guide for installation within a permeable strip and the appropriate stopping the permeable strip and not bringing it up
Since
to
your team will be installing it, if you can take as much care as possible to maximize the pedestrian walking.
Absolutely.
One of the requests that we had was the signage and markings plan that is being worked on. I
That was
appreciate
submitted to BTD, Steve,
Stephen Hughes.
thank you.
Just
Signed-
reaffirming that was
Yes,
followed
we-
through.
Yes, we did do
Appreciate
that, absolutely.
Okay,
And
so
we
that-
did notify Parcel 24 North LLC of your request that Suffolk complete the promise of the installation of the signage on the other side of Hudson Street. I don't know if it's happened yet.
I believe it has.
Oh.
I appreciate the assistance on that.
You're welcome.
Additionally, the CMP has been delivered. There's some challenges, to say the less, about
Yeah.
that. Specifically, we're going to look at the parking elimination during construction. That's going to be a concern with the neighborhood, just putting it out there. So
Okay,
it's moving forward, though.
okay.
One other question, there's no elements of the building that encroach into this easement, is there?
Into which easement?
The pedestrian easement, do we have?
No,
any-
no, no, no.
Oh,
Rebecca, the whole property is affordable? Is
The entire building is going to be affordable condos.
Is this part of another project where there was set aside affordable housing and then
Correct.
this is, you lump all of that in this area?
Right, right.
So if you could let us know which is the project which
Sure.
caused this?
Yeah, well, Parcel 24 is really one project in two phases. The high and mid-rise building comprise market rate apartments plus 95 affordable rental apartments. This is phase 2 and has 51 affordable apartments. So together, nearly half of the Parcel 24 project is in fact affordable, and the market rate component of the north building is cross-subsidizing this project.
Do any members of the audience have any questions or comments at this time? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion, excuse me. Make a motion to approve the petition by Parcel 24 South LLC for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Hudson Street, Boston proper, as described and read for the record by the chair, shown on the plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, pedestrian easement plan for number 88 Hudson Street, Boston proper, dated October 27th, 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 6, on a petition by Parcel 24 South LLC for the making of specific repairs within Hudson Street, Boston proper, located on its easterly side, generally between Tai Tung Street and Harvard Street, consisting of sidewalk and pedestrian ramp reconstruction, as well as new and relocated specialty pavement and streetlights. New business, December 3rd, 2015, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repair Plan, 88-88I Hudson Street, Chinatown, 2 sheets dated November 24th, 2015. Morning again, Rebecca.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. This is the specific repairs petition of Parcel 24 South LLC. And before I continue, I do want to note that it is 2 sheets dated November 24, 2015, but I would like to request that in the official order that we reference the revision date for the plan to reflect an additional crosswalk requested by BTD and shown on the revised plan submitted to the PIC. This is a series of specific repairs, essentially sidewalk reconstruction to create an appropriate means of access to this building and for the public down Hudson Street, a new handicap accessible ramp and receiving ramp, and new crosswalk to facilitate pedestrian egress in a part of Hudson Street that hadn't seen a lot of pedestrian traffic because it was a vacant lot. I'm happy to have Eric make a short presentation to describe for the commissioners the specific repairs.
We're proposing a continuation of a precast concrete permeable paver, which is the same material that's been used along the north portion of the the parcels. So we're continuing the same basic configuration of concrete sidewalk, permeable paver, down to the very end of the street here. We're creating a new accessible ramp with the new markings for the crosswalk here. As requested, we're replacing the detectable warning strip here, which is currently gray, with the yellow one. And we're adding more striping across Tongue Street from north to south.
Amy, the LMI, is the previous one being amended to capture this work, or are we having a separate LMI for this?
This is a separate LMI on which we've already received comments from Chong, because this is a completely separate entity that is building this project from Parcel 24 North. This is Parcel 24 South building this. So there'll be a separate pedestrian easement grant, which Chong's already signed off on, and a separate specific repair plan agreement that is the responsibility of this developer.
Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the petition by Parcel 24 South LLC for the making of specific repairs within Hudson Street, Boston proper, located on its easterly side, generally between Tongue Street and Harvard Street, consisting of sidewalk and pedestrian ramp reconstruction, as well as new and relocated specialty pavement and streetlights. All is shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Specific Repair Plan 8881 Hudson Street, Chinatown, 2 sheets dated December 7, 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful holiday.
You also.
Thank you.
Public hearing item number 7, on a petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Greenville Street, Roxbury, located on its westerly side north of Winthrop Street. New business, December 3rd, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Easement, Greenville Street, Roxbury, 1 sheet dated April 23rd, 2015. Morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Bill Hughes. I'm a Senior Project Manager with the city's Public Facilities Department. The project is co-funded by the Massachusetts School Building Authority. It was intended to renovate the existing Henry Dearborn School to create a STEM academy. After a feasibility study, it was determined that the building was not suitable for the educational program, and thus we decided to build a new school. So the $73 million project is already underway. To assist me in this presentation today is Eric Wilhausen from CDW Consultants, Philip Gray with Jonathan Levy Architects, Mike Marcella, who's with Gilbane Building Company, who is our construction manager at risk, and also present today is Richard Marks of Daedalus Projects, who acts as the OPM on behalf of the MSBA. As you know, there are a number of aspects of the project that will improve the project. We've had many meetings with the community. The first thing we heard was traffic was impossible. So with meeting with Todd and Amy, and we've met with Pat Hoey and the Streetlight Division, and we've met with the Office of Persons with Disabilities, and along with the neighborhood, we've come up with this plan. And it requires pedestrian easements on both Greenville and Winthrop. I guess a vertical discontinuance on Winthrop Street, earth retention along there, and specific repairs. So with that, I'll turn it over to Philip to sort of outline what our proposal.
All right, if we could do the pedestrian easement first, as
Yes.
that's the agenda
Should
item.
we just go in order?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first item is the pedestrian easement along Greenville Street. The biggest move we're doing is that we are creating a bus drop-off along Greenville, which does not exist there currently. What that means is that we're going to move the sidewalk into the property line of the Dearborn property, and will also be larger. So we're going from about 5 feet to about 7 feet in width. So this yellow here represents that pedestrian easement. We are also enlarging the sidewalk at the corner here to allow more room for students to be able to move safely.
Yeah, staff has met numerous times with Bill's team. They've done yeoman's work on this aspect of the project, to provide a safer pedestrian student environment, and BTD is also with that.
Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve a petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Winthrop Street, Roxbury, located on its northerly side, west of Greenville Street / Cleveland Street, as shown in the plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Easement, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, one sheet, dated April 23rd, 2015.
Second.
All in favor? Public hearing item number 8, on a petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Winthrop Street, Roxbury, located on its northerly side, west of Greenville Street / Cleveland Street, new business, December 3rd, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Easement, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, one sheet dated April 23rd, 2015. Morning again.
This item is much smaller. There's an existing curb cut that goes into a parking area here. The new design enlarges the curb cut to allow for 3 parking spots here, including a handicap spot. And enlarging the sidewalk back into behind those cars, so to speak, so to increase safety.
Again, I mean, this has been a cooperative effort between the departments and the design team. Again, I will recognize Bill for following up on the walk to school with the headmaster and staff to come up with that meeting in such a short period of time. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Bill. Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the acceptance of a pedestrian easement adjacent to Winthrop Street, Roxbury, located on its northerly side west of Greenville Street, Cleveland Street. All is shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Easement, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, one sheet dated April 23rd, 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 9, on a petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the vertical discontinuance of a portion of Winthrop Street, Public Way, Roxbury, located on its northerly side, generally west of Greenville Street / Cleveland Street, vertically below the grade of the sidewalk, new business, December 3rd, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, vertical discontinuance, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, one sheet dated May 6, 2015. Morning again.
Okay, this one is to create a retaining wall that will allow the kids to have an outdoor space at the lowest level. And in order to do that, we need to build their space will be here. This is the new retaining wall. This footing, 11 foot 8 below the sidewalk, will need to be built in order for us to be able to create that space. And that extends from here to here.
So that incorporates the steps also? Is that?
The steps, I'm sorry, the steps will then come up to here.
What's on the top elevation of the retaining wall now? Is that space that can be traversed, or are we putting railings up there? What are we doing?
Yes, there are railings here. I'm sorry if I'm not, there's a guardrail here, if I understand the question.
Yeah.
That will prevent people, and it's been engineered to really have a piece come out towards the sidewalk to sort of doubly ensure that no pedestrians would go into that area. The guardrail will be part of Will Public Works own the guardrail, Amy?
It's the wall on their
The wall,
property.
okay.
Right, this is to get all of the wall on
Within
private
there.
property.
Within city, but
Right, yes, out of the right of way.
There's one that currently exists, and we're just rebuilding it
That's big.
better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Again, any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for vertical discontinuance of a portion of Winthrop Street and Rock Street located on its northerly side, generally west of Greenville Street / Cleveland Street, vertically below the grade of the sidewalk. Shown on the plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, vertical discontinuance in Winthrop Street and Rock Street. One sheet is dated May 6th, 2015.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 10, on a petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the making of specific repairs within the following public ways in Roxbury, consisting of curb realignment, roadway, sidewalk, and pedestrian ramps reconstruction, as well as new and relocated streetlights, hydrants, and driveway curb cuts. New business, December 3rd, 2015. Greenville Street, on its westerly side north of Winthrop Street. Winthrop Street, on its northerly side west of Greenville Street / Cleveland Street, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repair, 35 Greenville Street, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, 4 sheets dated March 2015. Morning again.
Morning. Okay, so I'll go through these. We've discussed many of these already, but I'll repeat myself, if that's okay. So we are moving the sidewalk in to allow for the bus drop-off, and so that is the curb work that's happening then along Greenville Street. Then there will be utility work on both Greenville and Winthrop Street. Moving down on the corner, we have gone and checked all of the crosswalks, the ramps for the crosswalks on this intersection. The one here at Greenville and Winthrop is currently non-conforming, so we will be rebuilding that to conform with current standards. Then moving down here along Winthrop Street, again, we have utilities, and we are also adding a new fire hydrant. And then we are enlarging this existing curb cut to allow for these parking spaces.
the street lights, you are relocating the street lights?
There is one street light here, yes, that is getting relocated. It's in almost the same position, it's just being moved into the new sidewalk area. And that will be located near one of the entrances for safety.
Yeah, I see a set of stairs now, and we obviously have the retaining wall, but is there ramps?
Yes, let me explain if I'm understanding.
I just want to make sure
There are two sets of stairs, actually. This set of stairs here goes into the primary entrance, and there are ramps that allow accessibility into the building very well. In fact, this ramp will likely be used by almost everybody coming up Winthrop Street. And then there's another set of stairs here, which is really just for emergency egress only, that from the lower level. So that is not, those stairs are not intended for use except for in the case of an emergency. Finally, there are also steps back here similar.
So that's not a main entrance?
No, the main entrance is right here.
And that's where the ramps are?
And there are ramps there, and the intention is that for a school, you really do want one entrance if possible, but if they change their mind, just to be complete, there's also an entrance here which they could decide to use if they wanted to, and that is a great.
Great. Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for making of specific repairs within the following public ways in Roxbury consisting of curb realignment, roadways, sidewalk, and pedestrian ramps reconstruction, as well as new and relocated streetlights, hydrants, and driveway curb cut. All is read into the record by the chair. and as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston, Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repair, 35 Grenville Street, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, 4 sheets dated March 2015.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 11, on a petition by the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the granting of an earth retention license for the installation of a temporary earth support system within Winthrop Street, Roxbury, located on its northerly side, generally west of Greenville Street / Cleveland Street. New business, December 3rd, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention Plan, 35 Greenville Street, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, one sheet dated March 2015. Good morning again.
Morning. Mike Marcello with Gilbane will be responsible for the temporary earth retention. So I'll let him walk through what we're doing.
Morning, Mike.
Village Point and similar to petition number 9, in order to construct the retaining wall, the new retaining wall, as well as remove the existing retaining wall, we've got to construct temporary measures to support Winthrop Street during that work. So the proposal in this particular instance is for a temporary earth retention, which will consist of ideally soldier piles and lagging. At the moment, we're still working with Public Facilities Department with securing subcontractor for that work. So once that occurs, they will finally be able to officially give us an engineering stamp drawing. Unfortunately, we don't have that presently, so when the submission that we gave currently is not stamped. There's also the title block, I believe, indicates a specific repair. The permanent Mylar stamp line we submit will indicate that it's for, for temporary earth retention. So part of the work here, the soldier pile and lagging will be to support the removal of the existing foundation, construction of the new footing and foundation wall. Upon completion, we will remove that content to at least a minimum of 6 feet below grade and restore the entire area.
And after construction is complete, you're going to cut it off?
Yes.
And the maximum depth of the excavation is about 9-10 feet?
It's actually probably closer to 11 feet from the bottom of the footing. And that retention wall, I should also mention, will be self-supported. We will not be tying back into Winthrop Street. We'll either do it with breakers or supported from inside the site.
On Winthrop Street, the electricity, is it on overhead Instar or Eversource wires or poles, or is it an underground district?
There'll be an underground transformer off of Winthrop. Currently, it was fed off of Greenville.
Okay, so there are no Eversource owned power poles or anything along that stretch,
No,
right?
sir.
Thank you.
Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition of the City of Boston Public Facilities Department for the granting of an earth retention license for the installation of a temporary earth support system within Winthrop Street, Roxbury, all shown on plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention Plan, 35 Greenville Street, Winthrop Street, Roxbury, one sheet dated March 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you. Great project. Best of luck. Public hearing item number 12, on a set of petitions by Mr. Magdi Sobe and Mr. Patrick Hewson for the abandonment of any and all rights to travel the public may have had on a portion of Brayton Terrace, private way, Brighton, located at its southerly terminus, generally south of Brayton Road. New business, December 3rd, 2015. Good morning.
Commissioners.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you again. I'm Magdi Sobe. As you remember, this is my mother, and I have with me my co-petitioner and neighbor.
Morning, Patrick. Yes, thanks for coming in. So if you just want to go through the logistics briefly, because we're in a public hearing in this setting.
So as we discussed at the December 3rd hearing, the goal here is to have the abandonment of the 49-foot terminus of Brayton Terrace, which is a dead-end private way. And when it had first been laid out, there were several parcels of land there that were open for construction, but since the rules have changed regarding minimum lot requirements, there will only be 2 houses, which are our current 2 houses, so there's no further construction that could occur on Brayton Terrace. We're the final two houses there, and we're asking for the abandonment of the 49-foot terminus, which would allow for proper frontage for our houses onto Brayton Terrace, as well as my ultimate goal, the proper setbacks to relocate our garage to a subgrade level and convert our current basement and garage area, which is open to light and air, for a unit for my mother to move into, which is why she's accompanying me. And we will go through that proper channels if we can get the abandonment procedure.
Great.
And just to finish, at our last meeting, you had requested that we be sure to get written at least acknowledgement from our other neighbors and abutters that they're aware of the project. I did submit that for the condominium association, which is behind us. They are aware, they have the plans. Also, the neighbors at the bottom of Brayton Terrace, which are on Brayton Road at 122, you already have a signed copy from them. And I forwarded earlier this morning an acknowledgement from our neighbors at 118 Brayton Road, and I have the original hard copy if you want that for the record. So everybody who is abutting and around Brayton Terrace is aware of the proposal.
Great. Excellent.
There's a note here that Lot A will be combined with lots 81 and 97. Now, so 81 and 97 is one lot.
Correct.
I just want to make sure that's how it's recorded.
Yes, so in 1927, when the subdivision was first made, they were two different lots, 81 and 97, that were both buildable lots, presumably, but then they were combined under ownership and subsequently passed on, and then ultimately the house was built in 2004 onto that combination lot, which is the 6,000 square foot lot.
All right, the same thing on the other side.
Correct.
Lots 82 and 83.
Correct.
All right.
Amy, since this is the public hearing, there are no utility easements or anything that is.
Nope.
No, there's no public utilities, so there's no easements.
Good. Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve a set of petitions by Mr. Magdi Sobe and Mr. Patrick Hewson for the abandonment of any and all rights to travel the public may have had on a portion of Brayton Terrace, as read and described into the record by the chair, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Abandonment Plan, Brayton Terrace, Brighton, one sheet dated October 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Good luck.
Thank you.
All
Happy
right.
holidays.
Thank you for coming in. Public hearing item number 13 on a petition by Teleport Communications America, LLC, to amend a grant of location to install new telecommunication fiber and existing conduit within the following public ways in Boston proper. New business, December 3rd, 2015. Stewart Street, between Tremont Street and Charles Street South. Charles Street South, generally between Stewart Street, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Amended Grant of Location Plan, Proposed Cable Placement Plan, Stewart Street and Charles Street South, City of Boston, one sheet dated October 23rd, 2015. Morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Dave Edgar. I'm with Sienna Engineering Group, and we are consultants for Teleport Communications America, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of AT&T. Teleport has petitioned the city for an amended grant of location to place approximately 863 feet of cable and conduit leased from Verizon along Stewart Street and Charles Street South. The applicable conduit licenses from Verizon are on file with the PIC. This work is required to provide service to the Riviera Hotel at 200 Stewart Street. Teleport will install cable from Verizon manhole 459 at the intersection of Stewart Street and Tremont Street, where they have an existing cable. Use their existing conduit to a point where there was no conduit available and Teleport needed to construct conduit, shown by the red line, and then use an additional piece of Verizon conduit to get into the building.
I assume there's a regular plan showing all the utilities and everything for this that was approved?
This is strictly for cable placement.
So you're not doing any digging, I'm a little bit
No,
confused.
not
So
for
the little
this.
red line that shows a teleport conduit of 1/4-inch PVC, that is existing infrastructure?
That is, it should be completed this weekend.
It was approved under a lateral.
Got it.
All right.
So there's no construction associated with this.
These are great.
audience have any questions or comments?
There's no city shadow to be rented. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
This action has no dig.
What's that?
This action has no dig.
No, but there's no city shadow to be rented on Stewart Street.
We went through everything. The only other carrier out there that we could do business with was Level 3. Level 3 does not have a manhole near this intersection, and this scenario was the least amount of construction that would be required for the project. And when we installed the city shadow on Charles Street South, we installed 2 city shadows, just in case anybody else comes along.
All right.
Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by Teleport Communications America LLC to amend a grant of location to install new telecommunication fiber on existing conduits on Stewart Street and Charles Street South, described and read and directed by the chair, as shown on the plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, amended grant of location plan, proposed cable placement plan for Stewart Street and Charles Street South, dated October 23rd, 2015. Second.
All in favor? So moved. Thank you, David. Happy holidays. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Another year.
It never happens.